NIESR saw a tick-up of GDP in Q2 of 2015. Ahead of the July Bank of England meetings, there has been a rise in expectations for a rate hike in early 2016. With the budget report the next significant move from the UK, I am joined by Sean Maloney to discuss. So Sean, George Osborne has already stated that the budget report today will be a budget for the working people. Does the budget report correlate with your expectations from today?
Look, I think it'll be a typical budget in lots of ways from what we've seen from George Osborne in the past. And I guess when he talks about a budget for workers, it means a couple of things. First of all, as has been in his firing line for a while, one of the main areas that they will be looking to reduce on the expenditure side will be to do with welfare. But against that, the likelihood is that they will offer a sweetener in terms of raising the tax-free threshold with regards to the income tax side. So I guess it's taking from the workers with one hand and giving it back with the other, but in a way that is more encouraging Britons to move into the workforce rather than accept welfare per se. So very much in line with the sort of election promises that we saw in the lead up to May.
Bank of England Governor Mark Carney stated a pickup in wage growth would be a prerequisite for hiking bank rates. Wage growth hit a 4-year high for April. However, manufacturing output fell unexpectedly for a second consecutive month in May. Does this mean the UK economy isn't as robust as it seems?
Look, I think the data's a bit choppy at the moment, and it's very easy to get taken up with month-to-month moves. On the wages side, for some time, I guess it's been a little bit of a conundrum that wages haven't been picking up with the sort of employment growth that we've been seeing. But it's quite well documented that a lot of that has been because much of the growth in employment has been in lower paying type of occupations. And I guess we were always going to reach a point at which the sort of downward implications of that would become a little bit saturated. And with the growth in the economy that we've been seeing, we might just be starting to develop a phase whereby we're shifting now away from that sort of lower wage occupational growth exclusively to an area whereby wages are starting to grow. And that's going to be a fairly long-term process, and I expect some ups and downs associated with that. But yes, it certainly is the precondition for a rate rise, and I think also we might start to see some upward pressures coming from base effects in inflation, with the commodity price downturn perhaps easing a little bit as well. On the production data, look, that data can be quite volatile, so I'm not reading a great deal into that. The UK economy, I guess it always had to slow a little bit from the sort of pace that we've been seeing over the last couple of years, but I don't think it's really a great cause for alarm at this stage.
Ahead of UK budget, the Great British Pound was underperforming. The Great British Pound and the US dollar has been bullish. Immediately since the budget meetings took place, the pair stands at 154.04. With the Bank of England interest rates and quantitative easing out tomorrow, are you expecting this trend to continue?
Yeah, look, I think that with all of the uncertainty that we've got over Greece in particular, we're going to see a decent amount of strength in the currencies that are not the euro, effectively, out of the majors. So it's largely a safe haven thing. I don't think it's hugely related specifically to what came out of the budget. For mine, it is more the other side of things and what's going on, and we'd expect to see both the US dollar and the pound gain as we go through the uncertainties associated with Greece. But I think over the next month or so, we're likely to see a fair bit of volatility around that. I do expect the Greece situation to get resolved, in which case we will see a reversal of some of these safe haven flows. But I think that being said, ultimately, in both the UK and the US currencies, they are are variables that will both benefit as we move towards first rate hikes in both of those countries. Now, I suspect, and I think it's fairly clear that the US will be the first of them. I could see the Federal Reserve moving as early as September, and I would expect the minutes of the next FOMC meeting to actually reveal that they were closer to hiking rates than what the market perceives them to be at the moment. But for the UK, it's going to be a bit further down the track. However, you'd have to think that once the first rate rise occurs in the US, then it really will be a green light towards expectations for that building in the UK as well, because I guess the Bank of England can also benefit from the sort of lessons and reactions that the Federal Reserve sees when it does make its move.
Well, Sean, thank you for speaking with us today. That's all that we have time for, but for further updates, keep clicking back. Goodbye for now.